Episode 36, I think. Squirrels and robots. Everything is sold out everywhere! Xbox and PlayStation and all the graphics cards. Help! Dude, you don't even play Xbox or PlayStation much. You're usually just playing weird games on PC anyway, and they're all trash as far as specs go. So, you know what? Your antiquated crap box works fine. Oi, that's rude! Insulting my rig. Well, it's not like Peach Beach Splash is getting ray tracing soon, is it? Well, no, but I mean, you know, faster load times and all that. Dude, it doesn't matter. Just let all that shit roll back into stock whenever the fuck it does, okay? It'll be readily available when it is. But I hate waiting. Xbox bought Bethesda. Oh, dude, that is insane. Apparently, Bethesda had a parent company which Microsoft/Xbox bought. So now Bethesda is part of the Xbox Studios portfolio. That is insane. That is huge, mate. Like, I'll have, like, that is, what is it, like $7 billion, right? That's insane! What can I have $7 billion? Dude, wouldn't that be some shit if some, like, billionaire at Microsoft was like, yo, I just want Bethesda to make another Elder Scrolls game. So they bought the company and was like, make an Elder Scrolls game. That'd be fucking hilarious. Oh, that would be like a uber-rich nerd play, wouldn't it? Like something Elon Musk would do. Like, hey, stop making ESO. I want a single-player experience in the world of Elder Scrolls. I bought you. Make it for me. You know, Elder Scroll games have been pretty good, and I know a lot of people get on Bethesda because their shit is buggy sometimes, but people love those games. They're put together relatively well. Considering the scope of the projects, they're usually pretty good. I think even Jermaine has like 400 hours in Skyrim at this point. Really? I thought she was more into WoW. Well, she was, but that whole boycott Blizzard thing happened, so I fucking deleted her account. Fuck them. Yeah, I mean, someone has to take a stand. Why not do it vicariously through humans? Oh, speaking of taking a stand, Epic Games apparently bought the game dev, what is it, Psyonix? Or what the hell ever. But Psyonix made Rocket League. So now that's an Epic game. That's sad, mate. That is really sad. You had so many hours in that game. Yeah, and apparently you have to have an Epic account in order to play it, even if you bought it on Steam, which is just stupid. So you don't play no more? No, I don't. I bought it on Steam. I should be able to play it on Steam. And I don't think a game I owned for like 3 years should all of a sudden require me to create some bullshit account and force me to go through a tutorial I know fucking 3 years ago. But, I mean, you already have an Epic account. That's not the point. I have an Epic account so I can get the free games they keep giving out. That's it. I don't think I actually bought anything from them. If I did, I think it was an accident. I ate pizza backwards one day. It was so weird. What really irritates me about this is those ever-evolving terms of service that just seem to change randomly on a whim for various games and platforms, leaving the player at the mercy of the company making those terms. It's like, what's the point of a user agreement if the agreement is constantly changing? That's not an agreement. Yeah, like in business, it's like, oh, sign at the bottom line, here are all the terms. But with games, it's like, this contract is valid from Tuesday to Friday, but there's a new contract on Saturday and Sunday, and things might change again on Monday, and then sometime again that afternoon. That's not a contract, that's more like loose guidelines in which they can screw you. Oh, the amazing screw overhead. I saw that once. Anyway, yeah, the terms of service things really irritate me. And I think from a legal standpoint, the terms of service in individual signs should be those terms of service. Much like a contract. You sign a contract based on the terms. That's it. Where is this caveat coming in all of a sudden where, here's the contract you sign for now? That doesn't make any sense. A legal team needs to work on this for games, social media platforms, and basically everything, okay? I really feel that these ever-evolving guidelines are just being put in place to either screw people over or suppress others. It's insanity to me. Anyway, back to Xbox. As usual, when the console launched, a bunch of scalpers sent out their bots to buy up a bunch of pre-orders and promptly turned around and put them on eBay so everyone else can get screwed. Now, here's the funny thing. For those who don't know, there's the Xbox Series X, there's the Xbox Series S, which are the newest models. The current generation is the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. Okay? Now, apparently, somebody didn't tweak their bots properly because there was a 750% sales increase of the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, the current generation. So hopefully it wasn't just a bunch of uninformed consumers buying the wrong console, and I hope, deep down, that there's some karmatic justice where some scalper bought up a bunch of, current-gen consoles thinking they were next-gen. I would laugh my nuts off if some schmuck is sitting there now with a storage unit filled with Xbox Ones, just scratching their head wondering, why haven't these sold on eBay? It's the hot new thing! You know what I don't get is all these companies like Sony and Microsoft and every website that is trying to sell these products, be it a graphics card or next-gen console, why couldn't they just be like, oi, capture mate! Oh, which one of these pictures is a stoplight? You know, find the crosswalk! I mean, that's pretty good to do to, avoid bots, isn't it? Why is it so complex? Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. Setting up a capture could be, super easy, right? Seems I gotta do that every time I gotta log into something. Hey, which one of these is a fucking chimney? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, everyone's so concerned about security, but, when it comes to pre-orders, it's like, fuck you. And it's not like they didn't foresee an issue, because with the whole pandemic and manufacturing having to be scaled back because of it, it's like, yo, little forethought. You only got so many consoles. And again, I know I've mentioned this before, but PlayStation did this thing where they're like, submit your gamer tag, and you'll be put on a list to be notified when pre-orders are available. And what happened to that? They just, what they want? Just people that have busy work, and be like, oh, my gamer tag is Senran Kagura's the best anime ever, 62. 69 was taken, but, they'll be like, put me on a list, and just, where's my console? Yeah, dude, I don't know what the point of that was. Literally, nobody even followed up on it, which is a great indicator of how fucking game journalism works. Everyone's so outraged when they can't get a hold of shit, but nobody goes back and is like, hey, we gave you emails and shit. Why didn't you follow up on that story? That's why it's called journalism, okay? As far as game reviewers go, you're far from fucking journalists. You clickbaity pricks. Did you know sticks are sometimes very pointy? Oh, there was some good news, though. You know that Avengers game that came out? Yes. Well, it was recently patched, and it fixed over 1,000 issues. Why are there over 1,000 issues in a game that has been launched publicly in a marketplace? Well, I mean, it's like 2020, mate. Game devs don't release complete games anymore. I mean, even Kindergarten Jet Girl's got an update recently trying to fix things. They just kind of push out almost finished betas and sometimes fix them if they're popular enough, Dude, I did a rant about this 3 years ago. Why hasn't anything changed? Money, mate. It's always about the money. Yo, beta quality games should not cost full price. Fuck! Why am I the only one really fed up with this early access launch model that every company seems to be pushing? Why isn't everyone else pissed off about this? And why do they keep buying this broken garbage? Well, I think everyone just grabs onto the hype, It's like all the popular YouTubers and Twitch streamers grab onto the game, and then they run it into the ground in 72 hours and then move on to the next, It's like the game's, shelf life is really short these days. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for gamers at this point because, between the scalpers, the cash grabs, the half-finished games, the microtransactions, it's just kind of shit out there. There might be a gem hidden away somewhere in a deep catalog of Steam, but, dude, the industry is just flooded with half-baked shit. I only play meme games, like Enemy vs. Virus, or similar things that make me go, oh, I saw that on Twitter! Refilling Tice, this one. Is there any other news other than the scalping plague of 2020? Well, yeah, if you won't get in politics. No! Well then, Fall Guys Season 2, I think, started? Oh, Christ. Last thing I need are a bunch of pill people grabbing me, okay? That happens to me all the time! The pill people grab me and say, have another! Have another! And I say, no thank you, I have to get back to Earth. And they insist, have another! Have another! And the galaxy far, far away is now closer than ever. I think everything is just grating on my nerves. I feel like shit got worse in gaming. Okay, fine, everything looks nicer, and everything's all shiny, and you got your fucking ray tracing, your collision particles, and all that other bullshit, right? Fine. But all the gameplay is fucking generic as fuck. My God. I feel like they just reskin the same game over and over and slap on some fucking hollow lore to get people hooked. And it just all comes off as being fucking fake and shallow. I'll blame Fortnite, frankly. At its core, it's like a decent game, right? But that really started the demise of gaming. right? Like, okay, it got so popular and everybody was playing it, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna have seasons now, and oh look, there's these limited edition skins that you gotta pay for with your little V-Bucks and, you know, that kind of thing. And then it was like everyone else saw all this money, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do a battle royale as well, and we're gonna keep it real simple, you know, and accessible to all players. And it's like, you know what happens? All these other projects, you know, they don't get finished. All these great ideas, they take all the workers and they're like, make a battle royale. We were supposed to get another Titanfall 3. What we get? What we get? Apex Legends. You're having a laugh? Apex Legends? You gits. There's no mechs. What's the point? You know, relax, okay? All right. Personally, what I'm waiting for is just fucking unique gameplay. All right? Fall Guys and like Among Us, though those games aren't my thing, at least the gameplay is somewhat unique. And they're both technically like indie titles, you know? For my gaming tastes, I can't deal with battle royales. They're boring as fuck. I can't deal with arena shooters. They're boring as fuck. I can't deal with platformers, breaking bricks, building, crafting, and all that menial task quest chain bullshit, okay? Like, quite literally, I've played it all. I've seen it all. I want something new. And I've said this before. The last unique mechanic I came across in a game that I was like, oh, shit. Dude, it was Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush, of all fucking things. I did like that game. Like, literally, you floated through the skies. It felt good, you know, and as you leveled up and got better at doing it, it felt like a natural progression. Story was kind of, whatever, but the worlds and environment were actually unique, which is probably why it didn't do as well as they hoped. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think a lot of games have lost their edge. You know, it's like, even the stories, it's like they're really trying hard to like, oh, you know, let's bring the feels and all that stuff with this deep, riveting story, but essentially you're just going through a game as if it was a movie. Why don't you just make Last of Us a movie, you morons? We gotta sit there and listen to people complain and cry about a, you know, global apocalypse and zombies and, oh, I don't care. I don't care. I want new mechanics. Mechanics! That's what I take my stolen cars to. Yeah, Christ. You know, new and inventive gameplay and new IPs that are actually interesting. Like, that's all I want. Why is that such a difficult task? Okay? Why? Well, I mean, gaming has become kind of like Hollywood now, isn't it? It's like generic stories, and yeah, the graphics are all fancy and all that, but you know, they just still grab onto the same franchises over and over and run it into the ground with reboots, and it's just the same. It's the same over and over again. You know, and the one time they reinvent something, like Tomb Raider, it was like, oh wow, this is so cool, they reinvented it. It's not like, you know, polygon boobs and all that, you know. It was actually, and then it fell apart. It was like, there was a second one and a third one, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's enough. I'll get it. Lara Croft and all that. Ew. Yeah, maybe if they want to be edgy, the next Tomb Raider will be how she got, like, those really angular boobs, and how she became a condescending bitch. Yo, I gotta tell you, those early games, one, the character design was terrible, and she was such a condescending know-it-all. That's what I want to see. I want to see the point in Tomb Raider where Lara Croft is like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to get larger breasts that are very angular, and I'm going to be very condescending to everybody I meet. Yeah, I mean, English people don't sound like that. All right, well, then you do it. Oh, I'm Lara Croft, and I'm going to be really condescending to everybody and get my breasts really, really big and run around and find little treasures so I can get even larger breasts in the next game, you know? And how is that any different from how I did it? Well, it's more authentic if I do it, you know? Shut up. Hey, speaking of mechanics, I really wish they'd come out with another good rhythm game. You know, like I used to love Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff like that. And, you know, recently, I have been hitting Muse Dash hard, mate. It's crazy. I'm almost perfect like every song. Dude, that Muse Dash is like 2 buttons. Yeah, but you gotta click them really fast. Josie.
What?
Wrap this up and find some new games with inventive mechanics for us to play. I'm good, actually. I got my Peach Beach Splash. I got my Kendagawa Jet Girls and Senran Kagura and Burst Renewal. That was on sale on Steam. I got the collector's edition. It was like $20. Stop spending our money on weeb games. You know, come on, I'll have some fun.
As for gaming, there are quite a lot of variables to consider when assessing the quality of a video game. Mechanics, stability, immersion, character, plot, style, artistry. I mean, the list goes on. Perhaps reading reviews could help you discover some new titles.
Dude, did you listen to anything I said? 90% of reviews are clickbait articles that attempt to inject some kind of controversial narrative into a game that doesn't have one. Just for the fucking clicks. Besides, you know what? Trusting reviews is essentially allowing another person to make up your mind for you. If you can't watch a trailer and figure out whether it's something you like or dislike, then you have no idea what the fuck is going on. Well, some trailers are deceiving, aren't they? Not if you're paying attention. I'm out.
We all are bitches. Be gone, for it is at an end.
Which end?
Pardon?
Well, everything has a beginning and an end. But if you reverse it, the end is the beginning, and the beginning, the end. So my question is, did we just start?
Does not compute.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute. That's right. Now we gotta reboot everything. Thanks a lot. Oh, you're welcome.